Bluey is an independent show created by Australians that quickly took over the world. But did you know the show faced lots of censorship when it was added to Disney's catalog? Like in the episode where Bluey wants to be a bat. In this first season episode, Bluey is throwing a fit because she doesn't want to go to bed, and in her mind, she wants to turn into a bat, since they're nocturnal animals that stay up all night. In her dream, she transforms into a bat and stays up, but in reality, she falls asleep. And the censored scene has nothing to do with that. At the start of the original episode, she pretends to be a penguin and slides on the wet floor on her belly, just like penguins do. Disney didn't like that. They have strict rules about what can or can't appear in the shows they air. And according to them, this could be a bad influence on kids who might want to try it and get hurt. But in some places outside Disney, you can still see the uncensored version, including the penguin scene you're seeing now. So, get your water bucket ready, because another Bluey episode is starting here on Zigzag Channel. In episode 20 of season 1, Markets, a scene was edited for a reason that most viewers probably wouldn't even notice. In it, Bluey and Bingo are looking to spend their money and find a unicorn trainer, a pony with a horn on its head. The unicorn, named Buttermilk, ends up pooping on the grass, making the girls scream and run away. In the original version, the poop is visible to the audience, but this was altered in the Disney Plus version. Interestingly, this episode of Bluey is available unaltered outside of Australia. On the US DVD version of Bluey, seasons 1 and 2, the original version is available as a bonus feature. Even more interestingly, the episode aired on Disney Junior with the poop scene restored. The scene you're seeing is the censored version. Now, look at the difference in the uncensored scene. Another episode in season 1 that was edited for a minor reason was episode 25, Taxi. In it, Bluey pretends to run a taxi service, taking her dad and Bingo to various places. The dad, acting as a businessman, needs to get to the airport. When they reach the imaginary destination, Bluey decides she'd rather pretend to be a pilot, and this is where the censorship comes in. Bandit boards an imaginary plane and realizes the reckless taxi driver from before is now the pilot. Realizing this, Bingo pretends her doll vomits on Bandit's lap. When the episode reached the US, the vomiting scene was gone. This is one of the most peculiar reasons for censoring a Bluey episode, since many other kids' shows have shown characters pretending to vomit, especially younger ones like Bingo. And it's not even real vomit. It's just Bingo going blah and sticking her tongue out. This censorship doesn't make much sense to me, since everyone has pretended to throw up at some point. It's not like this would cause a worldwide wave of pretend vomit disasters. I think, if you agree, comment below with the hashtag bingo so we know. While previous episodes were altered for reasons that seem silly, episode 48 of season 1, Teasing, involved a more serious controversy, going beyond child safety or bodily functions, that required changes. In the episode, Bluey and Bandit start referring to Bandit using the term ooga booga. A viewer complained, as this term has racist connotations and a problematic history for Indigenous Australian people. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation stated that the use of the offensive language was unintentional and sincerely apologized, committing to help reduce discrimination and prejudice from that episode forward. ABC decided to remove the episode from airing, along with another season 1 episode called Dad Robot, which used the same expression. When teasing came to Disney Plus, the phrase was replaced with shooby-doo-wop. If you ask me, I think this censorship doesn't make much sense, since they weren't making any stereotypical movements, or wearing face paint, or dressed up as anything. They simply said ooga booga to tease Bandit because he was teasing them earlier. Completely innocent. It's no secret that Disney does its best to maintain a family-friendly image without including anything that could be interpreted as inappropriate. That's why episode 51 of season 1 was censored when it was added to Disney Plus over just one single line of dialogue. In the episode, Bingo and Bluey explain to Bandit what a baby shower is. They explain that it's not when you put a baby in hot water to drink it, but rather a party to give presents to a woman who has a baby in her belly. Then, Bingo asks her dad how babies end up in their moms' bellies. And Disney apparently didn't like this at all. Although each parent decides when to teach their kids about conception, Disney wanted to avoid any controversy, so they changed the episode, saying it was an inappropriate scene. Oh heavens, the horror of learning where babies come from. If you know where they come from, then click to subscribe below, and don't forget to hit the bell. Episode 13 of the second season was censored for a reason similar to the previous episode we discussed. In this case, however, the episode was completely banned and cannot be watched on Disney+. Remember it? This is the episode where the girls find the kangaroo pouch Chili used when she was pregnant. And Bandit mimics how Chili looked when she was pregnant with Bingo inside the pouch. The episode is lighthearted and doesn't include anything explicit, but it doesn't align with Disney's strict standards for children's programming. There was never an official explanation from Disney about why the episode was excluded, although it's likely due to the discussion of pregnancy, because, once again, heaven forbid kids find out women get pregnant. This was the first Bluey episode that Disney completely removed when bringing the show to the US. For curious viewers who want to see what it's about, the full episode is available on YouTube. In Season 2, Episode 15, Trains, was altered in the US for a reason similar to Markets. As with many of Bluey's censored episodes, the plot and content weren't the issue. The storyline is innocent, and, like many of Bluey's adventures, it focuses on an imaginary game between Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, and Chili. The change was due to a single moment involving poop. In the episode, Bluey is playing trains with her dad, who is pretending to be a conductor. When he asks for her ticket, Bluey hands him something and says to rub it on his face. In the original version, that something was imaginary poop. In the US version, it was changed to an invisible slug. Though Bluey generally handles sensitive topics well, many believe they went overboard in Season 2, Episode 16, Army. This is one of the few episodes that doesn't focus on Bluey herself, but rather on Rusty, who, interestingly, was meant to be the show's protagonist. In the episode, a character named Jack seems to have ADHD. This episode was censored for more positive reasons than most, as it was altered to better convey the message the episode intended. In the original, Jack, the character with ADH, says to another character, "There's something wrong with me." This line was later changed to, "There's something going on with me," to avoid suggesting that having ADHD is inherently bad or wrong. Children's shows, especially those aimed at young kids, are very cautious about themes that could be seen as too mature, if you catch my drift. That's why Season 3, Episode 1, Perfect, was censored when it arrived in the US. In it, there's a flashback where Bandit throws a boomerang with Bluey and talks to Fido. This conversation was originally about neutering. It's easy to see why this would be a natural topic for dogs, since it's part of life for most dogs and would be funny, considering it's one of the rare moments when Bluey's characters act like canines. However, in the US version, the conversation was changed to be about Bandit's teeth being removed. While Bluey generally touches on mature themes subtly, like premature birth, divorce, and infertility, this reference was deemed a bit too far for Disney. And, in this case, I can actually see their point, even though I also find the original joke funny. Episode 23 of Season 3 had another issue with body humor. Unlike most censored or banned Bluey episodes, Family Meeting was problematic right from the start, as it focuses on a mock trial for Bandit after Bluey accuses him of farting right in her face. Chili acts as judge, and Bluey's evidence includes various foods known for causing gas. The censorship decision was reversed following an outcry that highlighted Family Meeting as one of Bluey's funniest episodes. The episode was initially banned in the US due to several fart references. However, after a public outcry, the decision was reversed, with viewers calling out Disney, yes, the same company that created Pumbaa, a character who farts throughout The Lion King, for hypocrisy. The episode was then added to Disney+. Nice work, everyone. It's always great when fans point out something a company did and then later judges unfairly. Fat phobia has no place on television, especially in a children's show. That's why there was such controversy around episode 29 of season 3, called Exercise. The episode caused quite a stir as it begins with Bandit weighing himself and feeling unsatisfied. He even holds his sides, visibly upset. And Chili does the same. This tone contrasts sharply with the rest of the series, which has always promoted positivity and self-acceptance, even when addressing themes like healthy living. Parents were outraged over the negative body image presented to kids. The first minute of the episode was ultimately removed from all global distributors. Exercise might be the only censored Bluey episode where there was no backlash against the decision to alter and remove it from Disney+, and also the only time the beloved series seems to have genuinely missed the mark in tone. So, what do you think? Do you agree with all these censorships and changes? Or do you think Disney took a spoonful of Bingo's doll's fake puke? If you love Bluey as much as we do, we've got 2 more videos for you to keep enjoying with us. Just click on the one you like best and keep watching. I'll see you there. Later.